All right, two tips that I just want to cover, or areas that I want to talk about with that rear body lock. One is the weapon retention. If you have your back hip, your weapon side away from your opponent, the other great thing about this is it allows us to be able to keep some control while accessing the weapon if we needed to. By me having my left shoulder and the side of my head and my left arm controlling the hips here, I could reach to the weapon side and keep myself connected with an arm in front of Kevin. And so this would be something for you guys to work on. Take your hand off, you can hold it on your hip, and then have your partner try and turn into you still. You can still keep that control because I have my shoulder behind and my arm in front. If I go weapon side forward, there is the increased chance of him reaching for it. But now, if I let go with my weapon side to reach for the gun, I've lost any control in the front of my client's body, and their ability to now disengage and turn into me is, it's up to them at that point because I've given up all control. So once you feel confident with that body lock, try and do that body lock now with one arm where we let go, and we'll turn our palm in just to control at the hip here or on the belly, and we should keep our shoulder connected and see if your partner can still turn into you as that's going on. They probably will be able to, depending on the resistance that you do, but that allows us to buy time so that then if I was in this situation and Kevin's trying to turn into me, and I feel that this situation has gone out of control, something environmentally has changed where there's other people, and I need to start reaching like this and Kevin's trying to turn into me, my ability to get back and pull gun, OC spray, whatever I have, much more effective. The other thing that I just want to mention is that depending on the size of you and the person that you're dealing with, your grips will have to change if you have somebody with, say, a much wider waist or belly that you're unable to hold on to. Something like the Gable grip might be a little too tight, or in order to increase the circumference of the circle, go into a finger grip here with an S grip with just the fingers, wider circle, or you might even have to just hold on to pants or the hips. Hopefully they have clothes on. But sometimes you're faced with situations where that's not a thing. But if I can control, remember this is a box, a rectangle. I need to control both sides of the hips. If I can control Kevin's pants like this, and I can get tight, if Kevin tries to turn either way, he's not going to be able to. I might even just be able to hold on to the hips. So here at the iliac crest, the hip bones here, with just a thumbless grip, these hook grips, grabbing like this, if Kevin tries to turn into me, it's not as strong. It's definitely not as strong, but we can still buy a lot of time. And so if you're unable to actually get your hands together because it's a heavier set man with a larger belly, we either go low enough that we can get underneath it, or maybe you have to try and just reach the hips like this. But it's not going to be as strong as a closed circuit where we can actually connect the hands together and create a hinging motion if we have to have both arms kind of loosely floating around trying to hold on to something. So there's two tips there for weapon retention and being able to actually draw a weapon if you needed to, and what to do if you feel like you can't get the body lock very effectively.